Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Healing Honey. If it's your first time here, then welcome. So I want to share with you guys 15 signs that you're having a spiritual awakening. And I feel like this is an important video to do because sometimes topics can be trending and sometimes people might think that things are a joke or it's just like to get attention. Trendy terms you might hear, things like that. But you guys, a spiritual awakening is not a trend. A spiritual awakening is a very real thing, and the thing is that the reason it's trending, the reason why it's everywhere is because this is the time on the planet that so many people are having one. And I want to share with you signs that you're having a spiritual awakening. Okay, you're not crazy, you're just waking up. When I think of a spiritual awakening, I picture a butterfly, like, and all of the process it took to become that, from the caterpillar to the butterfly. So we're talking about rebirth, we're talking about a major shedding, we're talking about an old life crashing down, your old way of thinking, your old way of being, your old level of consciousness. You're awakening, you're learning more, you're becoming aware of so many new things. And so it's very beautiful, it's very powerful, super healing to the soul, but it can also be scary, and it can also feel like just a little bit tumultuous. And so these are signs that you're not crazy, everything's on track, you're just having an awakening. And the cool thing is that you have so much support online, you have so many other people who have gone through similar experiences, but most of all, you have the divine, you have spirit source, which is within you. So consciousness is essentially, we're all up leveling, we're all getting to a new level. So change can feel weird and a bit scary, but we might as well embrace it, right? Because I recognize that so much of life is just happening through me. And so we can be the observer and ride the waves, because you can't stop it. You can try to push against the wave, but it's still gonna crash down. It's stronger than you. And so don't fight the process. Embrace the process, learn, surrender. And the thing is, you guys, we don't just have one awakening throughout our lives. Like, we have multiple awakenings, which is beautiful. We just keep learning more on this spiritual journey that we're all on. We're spirits inhabiting these bodies. And so we're here to have fun, play, but also learn and grow and go through some hard times. It's okay. But most of all, change. And today is the first day of spring. And so it's like, just like the seasons come and go, we can't stop it, right? Like, things are gonna die off and then new life is gonna emerge. So the same thing with us. And that's how you know that you're growing spiritually, is by allowing like the death and then also the rebirth, the change. Okay, so one sign that you're not crazy, you're having a spiritual awakening, is that you want to exit the matrix. You recognize that it's like, whoa, we are all bound down here to 9-to-5s, to school systems, to structures that have been set up in society and that force you to, for everyone to just pretty much be like a sheep. Like, everyone's doing the exact same thing. And if you question it, if you don't want to do that, people look at you crazy. And so when you have an awakening, you realize, you learn that you are a co-creator of your reality and you can mold your life however you want. This is your life to create. Like, whatever you want to do, you can do it. Like, no one can stop you except for you. So it's like you can unlock the limiting beliefs. You can set yourself free mentally. And you're like, okay, well, if I can create any type of life that I want, like, there's no limits. Like, what do I want? And this is how you start working on yourself, because you have to break through the limits and you start to dream bigger and you start to get in tune with yourself. Well, what do I really want? Like, what would really make me happy? And you let go of the matrix, because you're like, I don't have to conform. I don't have to just do what everyone else is doing. It's a sign. And people might like be against it. They might not understand it. And that's fine, but it's a sign that you're not crazy, you're just having an awakening. The second sign that you're not crazy, you're having a spiritual awakening, is the dark night of the soul. And so this is a process where, let's say, a belief that you've held about yourself or the world, you're faced with new information, a new realization, and it's very painful for your ego. It's a very painful process to accept this new truth that you've discovered, either about yourself or about the world. And dark night of the soul, like it gets stormy, and it's essentially an old part of you dying away, and you have to like grieve that. You have to deal with that and go through the pain and the darkness, a bit of confusion, questioning yourself and others. Well, why did I know this before? Well, why is this happening? Well, trying to hold on to the old instead of letting it go. And so it's called a dark night of the soul. And so this is a stormy process, but it's going to happen one way or another. But it's also a beautiful sign of a spiritual awakening, right? And so this is our chance to trust the universe and trust our path and learn to trust ourselves, build a deeper connection with source. Everything is based in love. Everything's rooted in love. And so when we can just surrender and have faith, those two words are so easy to say, but much harder to do. But when we do them, it's beautiful. So a dark night of the soul, type that into YouTube and see what pops up. If you've had one, it's a sign that you're having a spiritual awakening. It's very much part of the process. So the third sign you're having a spiritual awakening is that relationships in your life begin to end. Unfortunately / fortunately, some people are going to fall out of your life, and this is not by mistake. It's a sign that you're having a spiritual awakening when the resonance is no longer there. When you're elevating, when you are healing, when you're becoming a new version of yourself, that might not sit well with other people, and they may be holding you back, whether they mean to or not. They're just, you guys, your paths just may start to go in different directions, and that's okay. And it can be hard, it can be tough, because we love the people in our lives. We're used to them. Maybe we feel loyal to them. We feel compassion. We feel attachment. And this can be family members. It can be relationship partners. It can be friends. But even like a relationship to a job or an identity, like a self-identity that you've seen yourself as one thing for so long. But a sign of a spiritual awakening is like that stuff comes crashing down. Like it's a big sign to you, like, whoa, this is no longer for me. And it can be tough, but it's not that you're crazy. It's not that you're, being mean or harsh. It's just like, it's a sign. It's part of having a spiritual awakening. And you have to learn to detach, and you have to learn to trust, and just know that new relationships will enter your life, new connections. And it doesn't mean that you hate those people from before. It just means that you're growing. And so you have to make space for new connections to enter your life that are going to serve you in the season that you're in. When I look back at my life, I'm like, whoa, people who I had in my life for a solid 10 years that I never stopped to think they wouldn't be in my life as like anymore. They're part of my past now, and it's okay. And so endings, letting go, releasing, relationships falling away. You're not crazy, you're having a spiritual awakening. Okay, so the fourth sign is that you start to feel a deeper connection to nature, to Gaia. Okay, she has a name, Mother Earth. Before, you guys, I promised you, I was just walking through the world, not thinking much of it, with my socks on, my shoes on, and just thinking it's the ground, it's the cement, it's the sidewalk, it's the park. But after having a spiritual awakening, you're like, oh my gosh, nature is alive, and we are connected to her. And it's a very beautiful, you can form a relationship with nature herself, and she's gonna heal you. And the more you connect to her, the better you're gonna feel inside. And she has this way of calming you, and the elements, everything serves a purpose. It's very beautiful, it's sacred. And God, the creator source, is within nature as well. And so it's like, as you start to respect nature more, and maybe love nature more, have that relationship, it deepens, and it's part of a spiritual awakening, because connectedness, everything is connected. And so through this relationship, it's gonna foster changes in your life. Maybe you're more eco-conscious, right? You recognize that life is not just about you. It's not just about your taste buds. It's not just about what you feel like doing and who cares about everyone else and everything else. No, we're connected. And so your relationship with nature, it deepens. And deeper appreciation, like the sun. I'm like, oh my gosh, the moon. So sign number 5 that you're having a spiritual awakening is you begin to heal your physical body. And this comes with it. It's like something sparks within you that, okay, I need to become healthier. You want to, you feel compelled to. You have a new level of consciousness. So it's a new level of awareness. Okay, what are the foods you're putting into your body? We're electrical beings. So is it electrical foods, or are the foods dead, or are they processed? Are they harming me? Well, how much sugar is in this? You know, what kind of chemicals are in here? And it's crazy because having a spiritual awakening is like you see that where there's things out to harm us, from the food industry to the pharmaceutical industry to just everything, from the 5G towers, right? Like harming us. And it's up to you if you think it's intentional or not, but the amount of things out to hurt us is insane. And so you awaken to these things, and you're like, you become protective of yourself. You start to love yourself more. So you're like, wait a minute. And you start to heal your physical body. So that means more exercise, maybe detoxing. Like me, I put weed down. Like I didn't have to cope with my life anymore. It was like, no, I started to love my life. So no, I don't need the weed to get high. So detoxing yourself and healing your physical body, learning how to do this naturally with things like honey, things like herbs, things like garlic. That healed my ear infection, you guys. Like, there's so many systems on earth, but nature, once again, has the healing within for us already. You know, rose water and you name it. If it's something real, it has purpose and it's for us. We can use it, which is why we must respect it and value it and take care of the planet, because she's taking care of us. So we need her, and we're living on her. I would say she needs us, but does she though? Okay, the 6th sign you're having a spiritual awakening, aliens. Okay, you know that aliens are a thing. They're real. Congress already confirmed it. If we want to rely on Congress to tell us what is what, they went ahead and confirmed it. So that's how you know the unveiling is so close. It's like on the news. I remember seeing it like on the news last year about, oh, aliens scared at the Miami Mall. Aliens they're starting to put it in our awareness, but when you're having a spiritual awakening, you come across sacred knowledge, right? You check out channels like official Billy Carson, and he's out there telling you, you know, like all of the evidence points to other life forms exist. It's not just humans. There's like so many, even Earth, planets in the universe. So it's not just humans. And so the galactic world, like the galactic community, more than Earth, all of life, and what we do affects them, and they're waiting for humans to get their act together before they fully reveal themselves. And so the stars, everything in creation expands to more than just Earth. And when you start to learn about these things, you're not crazy, you're just waking up. Okay guys, so the next time that you're having a spiritual awakening is that your soul tribe appears. Where did they come from? They just came out of nowhere. And your soul tribe means kind of like soulmates, people, souls who enter your life, and you're like, you feel like you've known them before. Like, why do you guys relate so much? Like the things that you like a lot that you don't even bother to tell anybody, they like them too. Your vibe is like their vibe, and you guys are vibing right now. You get each other right now, and you're like lost long friends like that. That's how it feels. And these other souls are gonna come and they're gonna appear. They're like a gift on the journey. That's how I see it. I mean, I don't think they're gonna show up right away, but as you're awakening, they're gonna start to appear, and it's very beautiful. I'm gonna link my soul tribe video, how to find your soul tribe. So you can go searching for them, but also they're going to appear. And it's a sign that you're having a spiritual awakening, because not everyone awakens in this lifetime. Eventually everyone will. Like, it's everyone's destiny to awaken, but we're all on different timelines, and we're at different levels of consciousness awareness. That's why some of the things that I'm saying out of my mouth, some people might, it's just gonna, it's not, they're not gonna get what I'm saying. Like they don't get it, and that's okay. Everybody is at a different point on their journey, but there are other souls who you are meant to meet in this life. They're gonna help you. They're going to encourage you. They're going to remind you. They're going to help correct you. They're going to love you deeply. They're going to stand by you. And you guys are going to learn together. You're going to grow together. You're going to spread love together, good vibes, and ascend together. Be there for each other. Homies, friends, lovers. And that's the next sign, you guys. When you're having a spiritual awakening, you may encounter your divine counterpart, and this is so beautiful. Think of it as, if you resonate as a feminine being, then it would be your divine masculine. And if you resonate as a divine masculine being, then it would be your divine feminine. And when you get to know who you really are on a soul level, and you're having an awakening, and you're letting go of all the icky stuff, the traumas and the limiting beliefs and all of the conditioning from the world and from past lives. And when you're like growing and you're going up, spirit, source is going to gift you with a divine counterpart, because there's two of so many things. So as a woman, you're going to meet your mans, and as you learn to embody your divine feminine qualities, he's going to be on his own path, his own journey, embodying his divine masculine, and you guys are going to balance one another. Everything that he needs, you are, and everything that you need, he is, and you are supporting each other and your counterpart. So it's about balance, and it's a very beautiful, sacred love. If you have the chance to come across your divine counterpart in this lifetime, this is a gift. This is not something to be taken lightly. And it's a sign that you're having a spiritual awakening to even be able to recognize something like this. You guys, who told me to do 15 signs? Like, I'm in my Capricorn energy right now. Like, this is doing too much. I was a little too ambitious with this video, but we're gonna keep it moving. Drop me 3 white hearts if you have made it to this part of the video. I'm sending you like so much love. You're a real one. Let me know if you're here. Okay, so the next sign that you're having a spiritual awakening is you may start to have lucid dreams. And a lucid dream is crazy, but it's so cool and it's so spiritual. It's like you first of all, you remember the dream and you are like awake in the dream. Most of us have dreams, we get up the next day, maybe we remember it, maybe we don't. But a lucid dream is you are aware in the dream. You're aware that you're dreaming, but you can also move and do things in the dream. So it's like you're conscious in the dream. And that's a sign that you're having a spiritual awakening, because dreams have so much purpose and they are giving you so many signs. If you dream of like owls, that's very spiritual, like spiritual wisdom. If you're having lucid dreams, what are you doing, right? Like, what are your dreams speaking to you? Because if you think about it, we close our eyelids, right? But our eyes are still open. And what about your third eye? And what about your soul? Your soul is not asleep. Okay, so yes, these human avatars like take a nap or they go to sleep overnight. But where are you really going? So now you're going into the astral plane. Now you're lucid dreaming. You're going here, you're going there, different dimension, what's going on? And so when your dreams become more intense and you see a lot of symbolism, when you get up the next day and you're recalling your dreams, you're like, whoa, what was that about? Like, it's a sign you're having a spiritual awakening, and it's basically your higher self or source spirit, your angels, guides, trying to communicate a message to you in the dream state. Think about it. You're at ease, you're at peace. Things can just enter your awareness much easily versus like regular day, every single day life where we're being distracted and we're doing things and we're whatever. But when you're just resting, this is what a message can really get across. I've had a few lucid dreams and they have a very special place in my heart because I'm like, whoa, they're kind of like prophecy of what is to occur in my journey in the future. It's very beautiful. Okay, so don't come for me. I'm not trying to start any fires, okay? But the 10th sign that you are having a spiritual awakening is that you start to question religion. Yes, I said it. Wow, yes, I said it. You start to question it. You're simply questioning it, okay? What you've been told all your life, because remember, you're awakening to new knowledge. So it's not about being a rebel. It's not about going against the grain. It's about you learning some things that you didn't know before, and you look into it. You start researching it. You start asking questions. Maybe you're praying about it. Maybe you're meditating on it. Maybe you are just simply curious, and it includes questioning what you have been told and maybe forced to believe. You know, I know for me, I mean, and when you're a kid, like your parents, you ask them questions about life, they answer them, or they have someone else answer them. But how many of us really go on a journey within to ask questions about life and receive answers directly through source? Or just we're at a time on the planet where we have access to so much information that we didn't before. Think about like in the 1950s, they had like how many channels on TV? Like the media controlled everything. It was like 5 channels, or the radio if there wasn't even TV yet. We were only able to know what we knew. That's it. Like there was nothing past the church. There was no internet. There was no broad mass communication. You had the people in your town, your family, the church, the radio, or a small TV, black and white, like, and that was it, right? How many books have been burned throughout history? How much knowledge has been suppressed, kept hidden? Tons. And so a sign that you're having a spiritual awakening is that you're simply starting to question and free your mind to know you're not condemned, you're not going to hell, you're simply curious. And if you're a spirit in a body, then it's your right to explore life and find any answers that might be calling to you from within. This is not something that has to do with anybody else. It's a personal thing, and it's a sign that you're having a spiritual awakening. The 11th sign that you're having a spiritual awakening is you start to question the mainstream media and the mainstream narratives. You know, I'm talking everything, politics, the music, what they show, and why is it always bad news? Like, it's always putting us in a low vibration. What does the mainstream music promote? Go to see what's the #1 song in the world right now, and then look up the lyrics. What are they speaking of spiritually? Put your spiritual goggles on and take a look. Turn on the news. What are they talking about? Are they uplifting your soul, or are they just telling you about murder? Are they just telling you about war? Are they just telling you about some celebrities that have nothing to do with your life going through a divorce? Are they just telling you crap that doesn't matter? You start to question the mainstream narratives, like what's important in life. Like, okay. So the 12th sign you're having a spiritual awakening is that your sensitivity increases energetically. Once you recognize that everything is made of energy and we're made of energy, how we vibrate affects everything around us, you just become more aware of how certain places make you feel, certain people make you feel. What's their energy? You can see it as their mood, their demeanor, how they behave, or what vibe. Vibe is vibration. So what vibe are they giving off of? Do you want to stay away from them? Do you want to come closer? Are you intrigued? Are you repelled? And so you are more sensitive energetically. And we can pick this up through the way people speak. We can pick this up through their mannerisms. Or like a place. How does it feel to you? What energies are present? What's happening there? And so you're just more in tune with your own self, and you can feel. You're sensitive to energy around you. You're not going crazy. Maybe you're psychic, maybe you're not, but you're having a spiritual awakening. It's about awareness. So the next time that you're having a spiritual awakening is that you want to purify yourself. And I'm talking mind, body, soul. You recognize like, whoa, The things you think of matter. What you focus on matters, because you're so powerful that you're co-creating your life with the universe. So you become more intentional and you want to move from a pure space. Your energy is more potent this way, but also you're working with the divine. So you have a deeper connection with God. You have more like self-love. And so your intentions become more clear. And you want to purify yourself. You see yourself as, the divine power is within you. And so it's like a respect thing. Purification process looks like detoxing from substances, not messing with things like alcohol, being mindful of what you consume and what you allow into yourself, and healing yourself, purifying yourself. You guys know I'm 3-year celibate. It's not that I'm against sex, it's that I recognize how incredibly sacred it is now. And so it's about real love, essentially, and not just being in the world, and so things like that, quitting the weed and being mindful of what you eat, purifying yourself to the best of your ability. You have this urge within you to do this, and it's a sign of a spiritual awakening, because before maybe you just didn't know, you just didn't care, you just didn't have the capacity for change. You were in a different part of your life. But a sign of an awakening is that you have an urge and a desire to purify yourself. You want to, you need to, you feel called to. You do it, you feel better, your vibration increases. So the 14th sign that you're having a spiritual awakening is that you become aware of the law of attraction, and you recognize that we can co-create our life. It matters what you think about, what you focus on, what you put your attention to, because your attention is your energy. And so what you focus on, it's going to grow and it's going to expand, and you're going to attract that into your life. And this is where things like inner healing come into play, because you want to be aware of what's lurking in your subconscious, what's lurking in your shadow self, because you're constantly attracting things to you. And the law of attraction, it's a law of the universe. We are attracting things and we are emitting things. Like, we emit certain vibes. Once you become aware of the law of attraction, this is a sign that you're having a spiritual awakening. Okay, so we made it to number 15, you guys. The 15th sign that you're having a spiritual awakening is that you awaken to unity consciousness. One, love. Love is one of the highest vibrations. Love becomes your guide. Love becomes your anchor. Love becomes your religion. Love becomes the way. Love and everything that love is. So think about love. It's like compassionate, and it's kind, forgiveness, and unconditional, truly. Just like our Creator, right? Room to expand and grow and make mistakes and get better, and extreme patience with self, with others, with the process. Tap into your spirit more than your ego, and just recognize the difference between your ego, which is a lot of times rooted in pride, and your spirit, which is rooted in love. And so you just want to tap in with love, tap into the love vibration, learn what love is, and then learn to embody it, which is a practice. It's something that we do and that we have a chance to do with ourselves and everyone and everything every single day. And when you make a mistake, it's okay. But it's about just grace and trying again, a new chance, a new moment to love and be in a vibration of love. And I love love. Your heart chakra activates. You might feel like a softie sometimes. You might feel just smiley, just happy. And all these things are okay. They may contradict the world, because the world is growing right now and not everyone is on the same wave. Earth is like an earth school. So we're all like, it could be a bit chaotic down here. But when you personally tune into love, the vibration of love, this is how you know that you're having a spiritual awakening. You feel compelled to, you want to, you strive to, and it's a daily thing, right? You're rooted in love and you expand in love. Love is everything to you. And that's how you know, like, whoa, I've had an awakening. Like, I'm different now. I'm different. These are my 15 signs that you're having a spiritual awakening. Drop me a comment. I'm curious to know your thoughts. I'm sending you so much love, so much power, so much healing on your journey. Take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Bye.